This calendar business can be very confusing. So anyway, Wednesday in many Southeast Asian calendars, many Southeast Asian lunar calendars, Wednesday is observed as the full moon day of Vaishaka. The Tibetan calendar has it on Thursday. Astronomically speaking, not astrologically speaking, astronomically speaking, I think the full moon is occurring for most of the Earth starting from around 9:50 or something like that a.m. on Wednesday, all the way through to 9:50 something a.m. on Thursday. Anyway, the Tibetan calendar is choosing that it's observed on Thursday. So today is kind of what we call Vesak Day, and then tomorrow is Saka Dawa Duchen. I was looking at my schedule in terms of where I will be. Will I be in a place where there is stable internet and all of that? And it looks like that it will be so. So just for you to mark your calendars in case you are interested, I think on June 1st, which this year is the day that is observed as the Parinirvana Day of Kyopa Jigten Sumgön, Kyopa Jigten Sumgön's passing. He passed in the year 1217. So this year it will be on June 1st, and probably same time as this time, and June 1st is Saturday, this same time slot, which at that time I will be in India, in Delhi. My plan is to do a program probably from 9 to early afternoon here. So if you can block out as many hours on Saturday the 1st, that would be good. Mostly it will be, I think, reflecting on the teachings of Kyopa Jigten Sumgön. The common way of observing Kyopa Jigten Sumgön's passing is to do the Lama Chopa, offerings to the Lama, specifically the Lama as Kyopa Jigten Sumgön. We may do a version of that, but mostly I want to focus on reflecting on the teachings of Kyopa Jigten Sumgön. I think through reflecting on Kyopa Jigten Sumgön's teachings, then we give rise to devotion and admiration, and we give rise to being inspired, to follow these teachings. And that, in a way, is a very good way to honor and to commemorate the Parinirvana of Kyopa Jigten Sumgön. And so this will be on Saturday, Saturday, June 1st. So stay tuned. And there is a kind of informal WhatsApp group called Dr. Lai's Programs, which is a very efficient way for us to let people know what's going on. So if you would, I don't know, I think there might be a link that can be used to join that. If somebody knows how to share that link, if such a link exists, please put it on the chat. So anyway, now we begin again, as usual, with the opening recitations of the two bodhicittas, two aspects of relative bodhicitta. All mother sentient beings, limitless as the sky, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and all-knowingness. May they experience happiness and be separated from suffering. I will quickly establish them in a state of the most perfect and precious Bodhi. All mother sentient beings, limitless as the sky, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and all-knowingness. May they experience happiness and be separated from suffering. I will quickly establish them in the state of the most perfect and precious Bodhi. All mother sentient beings, limitless as the sky, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and all-knowingness. May they experience happiness and be separated from suffering. I will quickly establish them in the state of the most perfect and precious Bodhi. Thus, until I achieve Buddha, I engage in virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Until death, I engage in virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I engage in virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, most excellent, I take refuge until Bodhi is reached by the merit of generosity and other perfections. May I attain for the sake of all wandering beings in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, most excellent, I take refuge until Bodhi is reached. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all wandering beings in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, most excellent. I take refuge until Bodhi is reached. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all wandering beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from the bias of attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from the bias of attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from the bias of attachment and aversion. I want to read to you from one of the teachings of Kyoba Jigten Sumgön. This one is called How to Practice Relative and Ultimate Bodhicitta. The intention of the precious Lord is that there are two kinds of precious bodhicitta. First, relative bodhicitta. All sentient beings equal to the reaches of space, may they be endowed with happiness, be free from suffering, and attain the precious, unsurpassable, perfect awakening. For that purpose, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue until I become a Buddha. And until I die, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today onward until tomorrow, I will use my body, speech, and mind in virtuous activities. From the depths of your heart and from the very marrow of your bones, you should take that vow, promise, and swear. Then, by gathering together all the roots of virtue that you and all beings in samsara nirvana have done, accumulated, and possess in the past, present, and future, you should dedicate them to perfect awakening. You should dedicate the roots of virtue by saying, through these roots of virtue that I and all beings in samsara and nirvana have done, accumulated, and possess in the three times, may I and all sentient beings swiftly attain the precious, unsurpassable, perfect awakening. Throughout the three times, past, present, and future, only do virtuous things, and do not do any non-virtuous things for even a moment. This is relative bodhicitta. So this is relative bodhicitta in both aspiration and action. Ultimate bodhicitta is this awareness that is present in oneself, which is the sole reality of all phenomena included in samsara and nirvana. This awareness is in essence inexpressible, inconceivable. It is free from all existence and non-existence. It is free from empty and not empty. This is Mahamudra. The transcendent victorious one said that the conventional and the ultimate are not two. He said, samsara and nirvana are not two. Knowing the nature of samsara is called nirvana. The precious protector of beings also said, there are two kinds of people, those who have realized and those who have not. There's no difference between those who have realized the result and those who have not. Thus, the essence of the Buddhas of the three times is your own mind. If you wish to realize its nature, rest just as it is. If you become accustomed to it, it will become manifest. Thus, you should practice the spontaneous, the naturally presence of the uninterrupted mind itself. This is ultimate bodhicitta, the mind itself, the awakened mind itself is the ultimate bodhicitta. So to cultivate both relative and ultimate bodhicitta is the most simple and direct way to talk about, what is it that we practice. All the other things, that we tend to say we practice, those are just kind of different methods. Yeah? Not just, but when methods, when the methods and the various methods dominate to the point that we forget, the methods are methods to practice something. And what is the something? The something is the two bodhicittas, relative and ultimate. If we forget that, then we just have methods. And that's like having, very fancy tools. Methods are like tools. That's like having very fancy tools, until you have a whole workshop built, converted your whole garage into a workshop to display all your fancy tools, some of us maybe go beyond that. We also learn how to use all the fancy tools. And then we join the tool club, we get updates on new, improved models of this or that tool. And then we meet and we talk about tools with each other, and then we compare tools. And so those of us who have more tools, feel like, oh, I have this fancy tools, But then if we don't remember, what are these tools for? These tools are for actualizing the two bodhicittas. And if we don't use these tools for the purpose of actualizing bodhicitta, the two bodhicittas, then we are not practicing the Dharma. And so one of the tools is, this Buddha Shakyamuni sadhana. In its various elements, various aspects. So we learn how to use the tools. We have acquired this particular tool. We learn how to use this tool. And then frequently, we say, well, I don't know if, am I doing it right? Often when we say, am I doing it right? We are talking about, am I handling the tools well? It's important. Yes, of course, But the real, am I using the tools right? The real way to measure that is to see to what degree doing a particular practice, to what degree using a particular tool is actually helping us actualize the two bodhicittas. Then that is the final true measure of, is this tool suitable for me? Is this tool able to do the job that it was created and intended to do? So at the same time, you cannot blame the tool, for not achieving the result you're looking for if you don't know or if you forget what this tool is meant to do. And you use it to do something else. And then you say, well, it doesn't work. That also, you cannot blame the tool. So especially in Vajrayana circles, many tools are offered. Compared to most other Buddhist traditions, it's like endless tools. It's like walking into, like those of you in the US and even in Mexico, it's like walking into Home Depot or walking into, Lowe's, all these tools everywhere. So exciting, if you like tools. But then sometimes you suspect, some of the people who walk around in Lowe's or Home Depot, this hardware store, they have not built a single thing in their lives, but they know exactly every aisle, how many steps down the aisle, what you will see, what you will find. Great achievement, actually. And if someone like that can now go build a house, or even just start by building a shed, oh, wow, it'll be done so quickly. It'll be done so efficiently. So don't forget, what these tools are for. It's for actualizing the two bodhicittas. Now please turn to the Shakyamuni sadhana. So we are training here by to be inspired by the example of Buddha Shakyamuni, and then taking Buddha Shakyamuni as our root guru. Inseparable from our minds is Buddha Shakyamuni, our root guru. So first, recollecting the noble qualities of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. In the language of India, Arya Buddha Anusmriti, homage to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Thus the Buddha, the transcendent, accomplished conqueror, Tathagata, who has attained suchness, Arhat, who has conquered all foes, is a perfectly and completely awakened Buddha. He is endowed with insight and worthy of reverence. Sugata, who has reached the state of bliss, knower of the world's guide and tamer of beings, unsurpassable one, teacher of gods and humans, Buddha Bhagavan. The Tathagata is in harmony with all merit, does not waste the roots of virtue, fully adorned with patience and the foundation of treasures of merit. He is ornamented with the excellent minor marks and is the full blossoming of the major marks. His activity is timely and fitting. Seeing him, there is nothing displeasing. He brings true joy to those who have faith. His insight overwhelms all in its splendor. His powers are invincible. He is the teacher of all sentient beings, father of all bodhisattvas, sovereign of all the noble ones. He is the guide who leads wandering beings to the city of nirvana. He has measureless wisdom and inconceivable fearlessness. His speech is utterly pure, its tones are melodious. One can never have enough of looking at him. His form is without comparison, unsullied by the realm of desire, quite unsullied by the realm of form, not caught up in the formless realm. He is completely liberated from suffering, totally liberated from the aggregates, not possessed with the constituents of ordinary experience. He is in control of the sense fields, has cut right through the knots, completely liberated from torment. He is freed from craving. He has crossed over the river, perfected in all the wisdoms. He abides in the wisdom of all the Buddhas of past, present, and future. He does not dwell in nirvana, but abides in perfect finality. He remains on the level where he sees all sentient beings. All these are the great qualities of the true wisdom of the Tathagatas. In the language of India, Dharma Anusmriti, in English, recollecting the Dharma, homage to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The sublime Dharma is well spoken. It is pure conduct, virtuous at the beginning, virtuous in the middle, and virtuous at the end. It is excellent in meaning, excellent in words and syllables. It is distinctive, totally complete, utterly pure, completely purifies. The Buddha taught the Dharma perfectly. It brings unerring vision and is without affliction. It is constant and always timely. It is trustworthy when applied, seeing it fulfills one's purpose. The wise can validate it through their own awareness. The Dharma taught by the Buddha relies entirely on training the mind. It is truly delivering. It causes one to arrive at perfect awakening. It is without contradiction, all embracing, constant. It puts an end to the wandering. In the language of India, Sangha Nusmriti, in English, recollecting the Sangha, homage to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. As for the noble Sangha, they proceed thoroughly, proceed with awareness, proceed straightforwardly, proceed harmoniously. They are worthy of veneration with palms joined together, worthy of receiving prostrations. They are a glorious field of merit. Offering to them brings great purification. They are an object of generosity. They are in every way the greatest object of generosity. The qualities of the Buddha are inconceivable. The sublime Dharma is also inconceivable. The noble Sangha is inconceivable, and if one has faith in these inconceivables, the karmic ripening will also be inconceivable. May we be born in the realm of complete purity. Om Bajra Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Hong Pe Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddho Hang. From within emptiness, in the center of a protection circle, upon a throne supported by mighty ones and lions, upon a lotus, moon and sun, the seed is a mum syllable, golden in color, transforming into the teacher, king of the Shakya, shining light, refined gold, adorned with the 32 major marks and the 80 minor signs. His right hand presses the earth, his left in the gesture of equanimity. His two legs are crossed in Vajra posture, and he wears the three Dharma robes, the color of clouds at sunrise. His radiance is like that of 100,000 suns, and within the pores of his skin are the 1,002 Buddhas of this fortunate eon, appearing yet devoid of intrinsic existence. In all the the worlds of the 10 directions reside Tathagatas of the 3 times before each of you, lions among humans. I prostrate joyfully with body, speech, and mind by the powers of this aspiration to noble deeds. All conquerors appear vividly in my mind. With as many bodies as there are atoms in all lands, I prostrate to all you conquerors. In each atom are Buddhas, numberless as atoms, all in the midst of the heirs of the Buddhas. Thus I conceive of this Dharma Dhatu as completely filled with you, conquerors, in this way, with infinite oceans of praise and oceans of diverse melodies. I sing the excellent qualities of all you conquerors and praise all of you gone to bliss with the best flowers and best garlands, best music, ointments, and excellent parasols, finest lamps, and superior incense. I offer to you, conquerors, with excellent garments and best fragrances, and sandalwood powder heap high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings perfectly arranged. I offer to you, conquerors. These vast and unequal offerings to each and every one of you, conquerors, with the power of conviction and noble deeds, I prostrate and offer to all you conquerors all the harmful deeds that I have done with my body, speech, and mind. Under the power of desire, hatred, and ignorance, I confess each and every one of them. I rejoice in all the meritorious deeds of all conquerors in the 10 directions and the heirs of the Buddhas. Solitary realizers, hearers still in training and beyond, and all wandering beings, you who are lamps of the worlds, who 10 directions, who have unobstructedly attained Buddhahood through the stages of Bodhi. All you who are my protectors, please turn the unexcelled wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly beseech you who may intend to manifest final nirvana. Please remain for as many eons as there are atoms in the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wandering beings. Whatever slight virtue that may have been gathered through prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, requesting, and beseeching, I now dedicate to complete Bodhi. In the heart of the front visualization, the Dharma Lord Munindra is a golden syllable mum encircled by the Muni mantra, circling clockwise. From it, lights radiate out, making offerings to all the victorious ones and their heirs. They return and strike all the wandering beings of the 6 realms, dispelling their suffering and purifying their karmic obscurations. The lights dissolve into the mantra in the front visualization's heart. Again, lights radiate out, infusing the minds with blessings, clearing the 2 obscurations, and swiftly establishing all in the unsurpassable state of Buddhahood. Om Mune Mune Maha Mune Soha 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 Mune 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 Maha Mune Soha Mune Mune Maha Mune Soha Mune Mune Maha Mune Swaha Mune Mune Maha Mune Soha Mune Mune Maha Mune Swaha 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 Mune 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 Maha Mune Swaha Mune Mune Maha Mune Swaha Mune Mune Maha Mune Swaha Mone 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 zo mone 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 zo 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 mone 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 zo 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 mone 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 zo mone 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 zo mone 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 zo mone 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 zo mone 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 zo mone 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 zo mone 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 zo mone 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 zo mone 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 zo mone 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 zo Om mani mani ma mani zo mani mani ma mani zo mani mani ma Om mani mani ma mani zo mani mani ma mani 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 ma mani zo mani mani ma mani mani zo Om mani mani ma mani zo Om mani mani ma Om mani mani ma mani zo ha Om mani mani ma mani zo ha Om mani mani ma mani zo ha When you were born supreme among humans, you paced out 7 steps on this great earth and declared, I am supreme in this world. Homage to you who was wise even then. First, you descended from Tushita divine realm and in the royal home entered your mother's womb in the grove at Lumbini, O Muni. You were born to the victorious gods of the gods. I pay homage. You were tended by 32 nurses at the palace. You spent your youth in sports at the house of the Shakyas. Kapila was to you too, Gopal as your wife to you, who are unequal in the three worlds. I pay homage. At the four city gates, you were shown the four kinds of sorrow and cut your own hair in front of the Vishuddha Stupa. On the banks of the Nairanjana, you practice as an ascetic. To you who are free from the faults of the two obscurations, I pay homage. At Rajagriha, you tame a rook elephant. In Vaishali, the monkeys offered you honey. In Magadha, O Muni, you realize Buddhahood. To you, in whom all knowing wisdom blossom, I pay homage. At Varanasi, you turn the Dharma wheel, and at the Jeta Grove, you showed great miracles at Kushinagara. Your wisdom mind passed into parinirvana. To you whose mind is like the sky, I pay homage. Through the merit of this brief praise of the deeds of the awakened one, master of the teachings, may the actions of all wandering beings come to equal the acts of the Sugata himself. O Sugata, may I and others have a form, an entourage, a lifespan, a pure realm, and sublime marks of perfection exactly just like you. Through the power of your praising you and this prayer in whatever lands we dwell, may illness, negativity, poverty, and conflict be quelled, and dharma and auspiciousness increase and spread. May the teacher appear in this world. May the teaching shine like the sun. May the upholders of the teachings, master and disciple, spread their teaching and practice, and may all be auspicious for the teachings to endure long into the future. The Lord of the teachings, the Bhagavan, visualized in front, melts into light and dissolves into the mantra circle. The mantra circle dissolves into the letter Mum. The letter Mum dissolves into the point between your eyebrows. The exalted body, speech, and mind of the victorious one, and your own body, speech, and mind become indivisible. Homage to all Buddhas, homage to the Bodhisattvas who possess the divine vision of seers, and homage to the hearers as well. Homage to Bodhicitta, the heart of awakening that keeps the lower realms at bay, that shows us the way to the higher realms and leads us to a state beyond aging and death. I go beyond the awakened ones to confess any and all misdeeds that I may have committed under the sway of mind. May all merit occur through the three kinds of actions become a seed for my omniscience and inexhaustible awakening. The Buddhas are aware and rejoice in any offering made to the awakened ones throughout the Buddha fields of the 10 directions. So do I to rejoice. I hereby confess all negative actions. I hereby rejoice in everything meritorious. I hereby pay homage to all Buddhas. May I attain the supreme wisdom state. I exhort each and every bodhisattva dwelling in the 10 directions and who are on the 10th bodhisattva ground to awaken now to supreme and awakening, and as they awaken to sublime awakening, may they turn the wheel of Dharma so as to tame the demons and all their hordes and bring benefit to every living being. May the beat of the great drum of Dharma free beings from their suffering for unimaginable billions of eons. May the awakened ones teach Dharma and remain. I beg you, best of humans, look upon us, drowning in the mud of desires, bound by the ropes of craving, and in other ways absolutely trapped. May the Buddhas not level criticism against those of impure minds. Instead, may they give love to sentient beings and free them from the ocean of becoming. May I train in the likeness of the perfectly awakened Buddhas of the present, past, and future, and uphold Bodhisattva conduct. May I bring to completion the 6 perfections and lead to the end the 6 classes of beings. May I manifest at last the 6 super knowledges and reach the unsurpassed state of awakening. May I realize the truth of emptiness, in which all is birthless and non-arising, without intrinsic nature, without location, with neither mental process nor substance. May I, just like the great sage, the Buddha himself, may I realize the truth of selflessness, in which beings do not exist, nor any living things, nor any individual, nor any kind of person. May I practice generosity free from stinginess, without entertaining any notions of substantiality, nor any belief in the self, nor egotistical clinging, so that the benefit all sentient beings, since material things do not exist concretely. May all my needs be spontaneously met, since all material things are subject to decay. May I master the perfection of giving with disciplined conduct, completely flawless. Disciplined conduct that is perfectly pristine, and disciplined conduct devoid of arrogance. May I complete the perfection of disciplined conduct with absence of anger, in other words, with patience, akin to how the earth, water, and fire elements and the wind element as well dwell not anywhere. May I complete the perfection of patience with persisting application of diligence. May I be ever joyful and free from laziness, and with strength in both body and mind. May I complete the perfection of diligence with illusion-like meditative concentration and bravely progressing meditative concentration and Vajra-like meditative concentration. May I complete the perfection of meditation, acting with the three gates of liberation, with the equality of the three times and the threefold knowledge. May I complete the perfection of wisdom. May I be praised by all Buddhas as I beam with light and splendor, and with the diligence of a bodhisattva. May all my aims be accomplished. I as engage in this very conduct. May I, the one known as Maitreya, bring to completion the 6 perfections and reach the 10 bodhisattva levels. Changju Sem Churin Poche Ma Ge Ba Nam Ge Gyur Ji Ge Ba Nyam Ba Me Ba Ya Gong Ne Gong Du Show. Okay, we are done today. Then we'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saka Dawa Duchen. And so, today you can go and prepare some offerings, or at least clean your shrine, dust, wipe out and put out some special offerings, flowers, things like that. That will be good if you maintain a shrine. Then I will see all of you tonight, for those of you who participate in DDIS. And if not, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.